Good morning, my dear students, both boys and girls. At the very beginning of my lecture today, I like to show you something. Just have a look at these things. You all are very much familiar with these things. These are grapes, another kind of fruit. These fruits are mainly imported from other countries. These are also imported. Then what is this? Then what is this? Spices. This is turmeric. A can of turmeric, a container of soybean oil. Okay. Now, my dear students, you have seen some thing which are very much familiar to you. We all the people all over the world basically consume all these things. Now, I will ask you a few questions at the very beginning of my lecture today. Why have I shown these things to you? Let me quote a few lines from a very famous, extraordinary type of poem whose poems touch my heart. Bhejal, bhejal, bhejal re bhai, bhejal shara deshtai. Bhejal chara kono kichu melbe na ko chestai. Bhejal telar, bhejal chal, bhejal giyar moida. I like to conclude here. Can any one of you tell me who is the poet of this extraordinary poem? Anyone? Yes, I'm giving you the answer. He is Bakkar Siddique. He lived for 21 years only. Very pathetic death. He suffered from tuberculosis. Okay. By this time, I think you have guessed about the topic of my lecture today. What is the topic of my lecture today? Would you please pay attention to the to whiteboard, please? Food adulteration. Food adulteration. In your textbook prescribed by the government, you'll get it in the old book. You will get it in unit 3 lesson 1. Recently a survey was conducted. A survey was conducted by Food and Agriculture Organization and National Food Safety Laboratory. They wanted to know about the adulteration condition of different types of food items. Where in Dhaka, some areas such as Chandgaon Bazaar, Gulshan, Mohakhali. Okay, and to their astonishment, they found that almost all the items, such as what, milk, fish, vegetables, coriander, shrimps, almost all the samples collected from different markets of Chandgaon Bazaar, Mohakhali and Gulshan are adulterated in different ways. In the samples, they found some very deadly, very poisonous items such as DDT. Would you please pay attention to the whiteboard? DDT, dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. It's an insecticide, a deadly poison, generally used in our agricultural sector to kill different harmful insects. And aldrin, chlordane, heptachlor. So DDT, aldrin, chlordane, heptachlor, all these types of harmful chemicals were found in different food items. It's not a new thing. Indeed, food adulteration has reached a new height. It has crossed all the limits in Bangladesh. To speak the truth, at the very beginning of my lecture today, I tried to quote a few lines from Shukanta Bhattacharya, a poem by Shukanta Bhattacharya. The name of the poem is Adulteration. Because it's not a new phenomenon. Shukanta he was born in 1926, 26 years, and so he was a poet of 40s, 30s or 40s of the last century. So food adulteration is not a new thing in this country, but nowadays it has crossed all the limits. Some people have become so greedy, so indiscreet, so dangerous that they are leaving no items which can be found without adulteration. Almost all the items are adulterated in different ways. It has become a matter of national concern. So it's very urgent to take effective steps against food adulteration. So my dear students, I'm again repeating or I'm quoting some lines from that famous poet Shukanta Bhattacharya. Bhezal poshak, bhezal khabar, bhezal lokher bapna, bhezaleri rajotto bai pabna theke patna. Or today we can say bhezaleri rajotto bai from the northern part, northernmost district of Bangladesh. That is, what is the name? That is Panchagod to Tetulia. Panchagod to Tetulia. From Panchagod to Tetulia, basically, food adulteration has become a very dangerous, has taken a very dangerous shape in our country. The government doesn't support it. People don't support it. But nevertheless, people talk against adulteration on television, newspapers, daily news papers that first the right against food adulteration, but it's not decreasing. The intensity of food adulteration is going up day by day. My dear students, you are the future of this nation. You must, the young boys and girls, you must try to work hard to remove this problem from this country. When you will grow up, the old people are the present, the people who are on the driving seats at this time have, to speak the truth, have shown very poor performance in controlling or in removing food adulteration. So my dear students, I like to thank you. I like to thank the authority of the textbook for selecting such a very important topic. Yes. Basically, food adulteration means slow poisoning, killing people moment by moment. So it's a dangerous thing, and the government alone cannot solve this problem. People from all walks of life must show awareness against food adulteration. Okay, now have a look at the whiteboard. So now the question is, what kinds of what are the elements found in different food items such as fruits, fruits as species such as coriander or turmeric powder, shrimps, fish, etc. So DDT, aldrin, chlordane, heptachlor, and many other deadly and poisonous items are found in our fruits, vegetables, and other edible items. This is creating this food adulteration is creating a very serious diseases among the citizens of Bangladesh. So my dear students, one point is very important. You will have to go through the text. In the text you will get some words. So you will get some words, and to increase the stock of your vocabulary is very important. If you don't try to increase the stock of your vocabulary, you will never be able to feel well in the examination. So some words you will find in this chapter. First one is pasteurized. Pasteurized, what does it mean? Processed in a special way, in a scientific way, following the method of Louis Pasteur. Then banned. What is the meaning of banned? Forbidden. Then contaminate. What is the meaning of contaminate? The meaning of contaminate is to adulterate. Then population. What is population? One meaning is people of a particular area. Another meaning is organisms of the same group, populations. Then mandatory, compulsory, obligatory. What is the meaning of mandatory? Compulsory, obligatory. Now for you, I'm trying to use some the meaning in Bangla. In Bangla, pasteurized means pasturito. Banned means nishiddo, banned. Then contaminate means dushito kora. Then population, some organism, a species, a projati. Mandatory, baddhatamulak. Then microbial, another word is from micro, we are getting microbial. Micro means tiny creation. So my young learners, first of all, may I ask you one question? Why has this topic been selected for you? This topic, so frightening, has been selected for you to create a kind of awareness against food adulteration, which one is very dangerous to all. It's a non-political issue. At the same time, in my first lecture with you, I told you that in the exam you'll have to write the theme of a poem, a given poem in the exam. Now today you will, I'll try to ask you to prepare yourself to write the theme of a poem, and that is now. Let us try to focus attention on some discussed topic. I'm repeating some things. So, which dangerous elements are found in our food items? They are DDT, aldrin. I'm repeating: DDT, aldrin, chlordane, heptachlor. Where do we find these things? These are deadly items are found in our food items, such as fruits, vegetables, spices, such as coriander, turmeric powder, is all these things. So this should be a very movement here. We should, I think, the conscious people of this society, not you, I don't like to use these students for any purpose, the conscious people of this country of Bangladesh should start a campaign, serious movement against food adulteration. The government alone cannot solve this problem. If people from all walks of life come forward to resist the monsters, the greedy monsters who try to make money by adulterating foods. Now, my dear students, I like to try to focus attention on whom trust. In the lecture, you listen to lectures delivered by different teachers, but you will have to take the preparation yourself. Now, I'm trying to talk about whom trust. That means you will have to open the textbook. You will have to buy the textbook as soon as possible. That is English for today. English for today. Buy the textbook and go to the chapter food adulteration. Food adulteration. In my book, it's in Unit 3, Lesson 1. But in the newer edition, you may get it in another unit or lesson, but the topic is the same. So go to open the textbook, number 1, go through the chapter food adulteration, then go through it with full attention, and you will have to memorize the meaning of all the unknown words. That means you must try to develop the stock of your vocabulary, the stock of your vocabulary. So, having finished reading the text, when you will go through the text, you will write down the words which are unknown to you, and you will look up the word in the dictionary or any helping book, and you will have to memorize the meaning. One point must be kept in your mind, that if you don't try to repeat the meaning of words, you will not be able to keep it in your memory. So, my dear students, today I have delivered my lecture on food adulteration. At home, at your residence, you will have to pay attention to, I'm talking about home test. Memorize the unknown meaning of unknown words, then try to write a paragraph on food adulteration. Then in the textbook you will see that you will have to write a letter to the editor of a newspaper against food adulteration. So in my next lecture, I'll try to talk about how to write a letter to the editor. A letter to the editor, it's just if you try to understand how to write a letter to the editor, you will find it in your helping book. Go through, just buy a newspaper and you will see some letters there, and I myself will discuss all these things. So my dear students, the future face of Bangladesh. Now just try to write the theme of this poem. I'm repeating. Bhejal, bhejal, bhejal re bhai, bhejal shara deshtai, bhejal chhara kono kichui milbe na ko chestai. Bhejal telar, bhejal chal, bhejal giyar maida, kaun chharega bhejal bhaiya, bhejal se hai fayda. Bhejal poshak, bhejal khabar, bhejal loker bhabna, bhejal roi rajotto bhai, pabna teke patna. গলিতে ভাই ভেজাল সত্য ভেজাল ছাড়া গতি নাই ছড়াটাতেও ভেজাল দিলাম ভেজাল দিলে ক্ষতি নেই. This poem was composed by Shukanta Bhatta's extraordinary poem. If you go through his poem, it will be inspired to fight against different types of vices, such as inhumanity, food adulteration, and many other unacceptable things. I'm quoting a few lines from some of his one of his poems. প্রিয়াকে আমার ক্যারেসিস তোরা ভ্যাকেন্সি ঘর বাড়ি সে কথা কি কবু জীবনে মরণে আমি ভুলিতে পারি আদিম হিংস্র মানবিকতার আমি যদি কেউ হই স্বজন হারানো শ্মশানে চিতা আমি তুলবই। And some more lines, জড় নই মৃত নই নই অন্ধকারের খনিজ আমি তো জীবন্ত প্রাণ আমি এক অঙ্কুরিত বীজ মাটিতে লালিত বিরু আজ শুধু আকাশের ডাকে মেলেছি সন্দিগ্ধ চোখ স্বপ্ন ঘিরে রয়েছে আমাকে। So my dear students, I have quoted some lines from Shukanta and try to understand the content, and you will have to write the theme in English. So okay, I think I will have to deliver 2 or at least 3 lectures on food adulteration on this unit, and if you think that more lectures are needed, more than 3, okay, I may deliver. Okay, now my dear students, you will have to pay attention to your textbook. I'm repeating it. So go through the number 1. Your duties, I have talked about the home test. Go through the textbook. Number 2, memorize the meaning of the unknown words, and you will have to use the words in your writing. If you don't try to use the word in your self-writing, you will never be able to keep it in your memory. So developing a good stock of vocabulary is very important to you all. Then try, if you face any problems, just you will ask me about the problem, and I will try to solve the problem. And you will have to know how to write a paragraph. So writing a paragraph on food adulteration is very important. It's important for you HSC final exam, and you must not forget that you will have to practice self-writing. Okay, my dear students, I like to conclude my lecture on food adulteration today. Thank you very much.